This is the Louie Tee Network.
Two teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome to my wall-to-wall Super Bowl 51 coverage. Of course, I am your man, Louie T, your host on this Super Bowl train as we head to Sunday's big game. Arguably the two best teams in the league. I think we've got probably the two best offensive football teams, respective conferences, none withstanding in this game. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about this contest that we have in front of us. And they've got a lot to live up to because this playoffs has been a dud, to say the least. And we have not had a bad Super Bowl in quite some time. As a matter of fact, the Super Bowl has been very entertaining, at least the last 5 years, probably even more than that. I'd say the last 9 or 8 out of 10 years, the Super Bowl has been fantastic. So they have a lot to uphold in this game. And on the heels of a really piss-poor playoffs, they got to really hold it down for the NFL. So I'm looking forward to a great football game between two really good football teams, two quarterbacks looking to do two totally different things with their legacies. Brady looking to cement himself as the greatest of all time. Matt Ryan just looking to get a Super Bowl under his belt and perhaps open up a brand new discussion as him potentially being a Hall of Fame quarterback. You get a ring and all of a sudden your name goes into that discussion. So we'll talk about all those things throughout the course of the week. But what I want to focus on tonight and tomorrow night are the two specific sides of the football for each team. And of course, you don't want to shit on special teams and the importance of what they bring to the table. But I want to take a little bit of a more closer look at the offenses of both teams and the defenses of both teams, specifically matching them up against one another. I want to take the Patriots offense tonight and look at them versus this Falcons defense and vice versa tonight. So we're going to talk about what the Patriots need to do against this Falcons defense to be successful and what the Falcons defensively need to do against the Patriots to come out victorious in this football game. You know you're going to get the best, most strategic, most in-depth coverage here on the Louie Tee Network. So buckle that seatbelt, get ready for this ride because I'm going to fill you in on things that you should be looking for in Super Bowl 51 from these teams on both sides of the football. Tonight, we're going to concentrate on the Patriots offense and the Falcons defense. And I want to start. And I made a list of 6 items for both teams offensively and defensively on keys to winning this game on that side of the football. We're going to start with the Patriots and their offense because they've been very efficient, especially since Brady has returned after the 4-game suspension. They've been outstanding offensively. They've gotten it done at a very high level. And even in the games that they've struggled, a la Houston in the divisional round, they've still managed to find ways to get it done offensively. They've made big plays. And for me, it's all about Brady and the WBC, the white boy crew. Now, I haven't seen this much white since Scarface in his office at the end of the movie. These boys are carving up defenses with white dudes out there getting it done. All they need to do is draft Christian McCaffrey and find a way. I don't know where you're going to find one, but find a white corner somewhere. And all of a sudden, the New England Patriots will be my favorite team to watch in the league because they got white boys doing it at the skill positions. Who else is putting 3 white dudes out there and dicing up your secondary? Name another team out there doing that. Okay? And they're making it happen, but of course, the man pulling the strings is the guy that you really need to pay attention to. And of course, that's Tom Brady. And so the first thing that I'm looking for the Patriots, the first key to the victory in Super Bowl 51 for them offensively is going to be keep Brady clean. Look, it's no secret. When Tom Brady's clean, he's probably the greatest of all time. You get him dirty, you hit him a couple of times, you fluster him, you get what you got from the Texans game, okay? The Texans did a great job of hitting Brady early and often in that game. And what did they get? 2 interceptions. Now, one of them probably not his fault off the hands, but look, that was not a great throw to Floyd. Okay, Michael Floyd maybe could have caught that, but it was a little bit out there in front of him, off his fingertips, picked up 2 interceptions. Texans stayed in that ball game, and the biggest reason why, and Brady was errant in that game as well, had some jump balls that he just threw up for grabs that could have been picked off if guys would have turned around and located the football. Look, if you get to Tom Brady, you can make life miserable for him. In the 2 Super Bowls that they've lost, where you look at them and you say they should have probably won the game versus the Giants, okay? In those 2 Super Bowls, Brady was hit a ton by that Giants defense, really neutralizing what the Patriots had done all season long by hitting Brady and making him uncomfortable. When the Patriots lose in the Super Bowl, and we know this is the big one for them, because if you're looking to make that lasting legacy, you want to have more wins in the Super Bowl than losses. That's what everyone's killing LeBron James for these days. Oh, how many times he's been, but how many times he's lost. If you're Brady, you're 3-3 in the Super Bowl right now. You're looking to try and get that. Oh, no, excuse me. You're 4-2. You want to have that great record in the Super Bowl, win again, and I think the legacy is cemented as the best ever. Right now, for me, it's not even up for debate. I think Brady's the best ever, but you want to go ahead and say, look, man, who else has got 5 of those things? There's a bunch of quarterbacks with 4. I'm lying. There's not a bunch. There's a few quarterbacks with 4, but no one can say they've got a full handful of rings. Brady can be the first to say that at the quarterback position. Get it done. The way to do that is to keep him clean if you're the New England Patriots. Convert on 3rd downs is the next key for the Patriots in this game. Look, the Falcons can be very explosive. They can score a ton of points. They've probably been the most prolific scoring offense this season. Into the postseason, they've lit up each and every single team that they've played. A lot of these games haven't been close. You want to neutralize their offense. The best way to do that is to keep their ass on the sidelines. The best way to do that, convert on 3rd downs. Keep them on the sideline. Keep them cold by staying hot on 3rd downs if you're the New England Patriots. Danny Amendola and especially Julian Edelman on 3rd downs, to me, that's going to be a matchup worth watching. Also, Dion Lewis, and we'll talk about him here in a second, but that's another guy that you're going to look for on 3rd downs. Win on 3rd downs, convert on 3rd downs if you're the New England Patriots. Stay on the field, keep possessions alive, get points, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. You prefer touchdowns against this explosive Falcons offense, but just possess the football, keep drives alive, and try to get the football into the end zone. Next point of emphasis offensively for the Patriots in this game. Don't forget about the run. Look, we know the Patriots come out with a different game plan each and every single week, which is what makes them so dynamic offensively, because one week they can run it 38 times and only throw it 27. The next week it could be the inverse. Hell, Brady could throw it 50 times if need be, and they'll only run it 12. Whatever the case may be, in this particular game, the Falcons can be run on. Don't forget about the run. Don't get too pass happy. Don't go over aggressive with Brady. Leave him out to dry. Put yourself in some 3rd and long situations and allow the Falcons to dial up some pressure and potentially get off the field. Stay balanced. Keep them guessing as to what's coming. Make sure you don't forget about LeGarrette Blount, Dion Lewis and company. Hand the football off to keep the Falcons honest. 3rd and 2, you can run. Keep them honest. Stay balanced. Don't forget about the run. As tempting as it can be to just say, hey, Tom, go win us the game. We'll put it on your back. Throw it 43 times. Get us this W. Don't forget about the run. And ultimately, it may come down to Tom Brady having to sling it 42 times. But in the process of the game, don't forget about the run. The next big emphasis for the Patriots offensively in this game, isolate Dion Lewis versus linebackers and win. Dion Lewis is a weapon. They've been waiting for this guy to come back, And he's been well worth the wait. Remember, 3 touchdowns in 3 different ways versus the Texans in the divisional round. This guy is a weapon, especially out of the backfield, catching the football. Isolate him against the linebackers of the Falcons, who are very athletic, but still can be beaten. They're young. They're wet behind the ears. Make them pay if you get one-on-one situations with Dion Lewis. And we know that Brady is going to find those matchups, try and manipulate those matchups. You're going to have to make sure you win those matchups, especially on third downs. Again, Edelman is going to be huge on third downs, but I think Dion Lewis also going to be a key in converting third downs consistently in this ballgame. Win the game of show and tell. Show and tell, that's the game I play when I want to say. Are you going to win the game? Are you going to win the game is going to be key if you can win the show and tell game. For the Patriots, what I mean by that is Brady is one of the absolute best at getting to the line of scrimmage early so that he can decipher what the defense is trying to do. And he'll give you a couple of bluffs. Hut, hut! See what the defense is doing. See if he can get them to show their hand. The Falcons have done a great job in this postseason of coming late, not showing what they're doing, disguising coverages and blitzes, hitting Aaron Rodgers multiple times. We'll talk about that when we get to the Falcons defense. But Brady is going to want them to identify what they're doing. Is this a cover 2 shell? Is the safety coming down? Is it looking like 2, but this safety is coming down blitzing and it's really 3? Okay, what kind of look am I getting? Is he blitzing off that corner? If so, I've got a hot to that side that I can win with immediately. Don't allow the Falcons to disguise coverage. Make them show, which will tell you what to do with the football. Win that game of show and tell, which will then allow Brady and the Patriots offense and the WBC to get loose and get nasty in that Falcons secondary. And finally, this probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Protect the rock and score touchdowns. You know the mantra. You know the motto. I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Touchdowns win games, okay? Field goals do not, okay? Or as I like to say it, field goals don't win games. Touchdowns do. Score touchdowns. The best way to get a W in this game, because the Falcons are going to score points. Now, how many? We don't know. We'll see if Belichick is able to come up and Matt Patricia able to come up with some kind of diabolical scheme to slow those boys down who have been red hot. But I can tell you this. If you make mistakes like you did against the Houston Texans, you won't win this football game. You turn it over like that, you make mistakes, you don't protect the rock, you're going down. If you don't score touchdowns, you settle for field goals, you're going down. This is a very explosive Falcons offense. They've been scoring 30 and 40 something for the last month and a half. You put points on the scoreboard in this game, and you make sure you don't give them any extra opportunities with turnovers, short fields, bad punts, nothing of the sort. Protect the rock. Okay? It seems like when the Patriots turn it over, they turn it over in bunches. I thought Brady fumbled it last week versus the Steelers and got away with one. Replay couldn't show a clear recovery. BS. Thought the Steelers recovered that fumble. Brady got away with one. Bottom line is protect the rock. Get 7s. 6s. Tack on that damn extra point. Don't leave any points out there. Can't afford that in this game. Falcons are too good offensively for you to do that. You do those things, if you're the New England Patriots, you'll win this football game. On the offensive side of the football, remember, 3 phases of the game. You need to win 2 out of the 3 to call yourself a Super Bowl champion. You do those things, you'll win that phase of the game on the offensive side of the football. Let's switch gears and talk about what the Atlanta Falcons defense needs to do to win this game or win this facet of the game versus a very dangerous and deadly New England Patriots offense featuring Tom Brady and the WBC. Now, for me, number one, win up front. If you're the Falcons, don't allow, I talked about balance for the Patriots. Don't allow it, okay? Win up front. You need to be able to neutralize the run. Make Brady and company, and look, you don't usually want to hear anyone say this, but make Tom Brady beat you. If they can go at it and have a two-way go of it, run it, throw it, use play action fake to suck you up, Brady's got what he's want. Okay, last week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys were running wide open. Chris Hogan, they call him 7-Eleven because he's always open. He's not supposed to be that open. He's Chris Hogan, okay? He's not Julio Jones. He's not one of these dynamic, explosive receivers. He's not Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr. What is he doing 20 yards wide open? What is he doing with 7 yards of separation? Don't allow them to have balance, which will allow them to use play action fake, which will then allow guys to be nosy and allow these receivers to get wide open. Win up front, whether that's getting to Brady or that's stopping the run. Win individual matchups up front if you're the Atlanta Falcons defensively. This next one is a big one for me, okay? Because it sounds so simple. Can it be that it was all so simple then? It seems so simple, but is it really? Be prepared. Let me say that again. Let me run that back for you. Be prepared. And you say, be prepared? What do you mean be prepared? Of course they're going to be prepared. Are you? Because there's some shit that you know Brady's going to do. Okay? Be prepared for it. Don't look. Nothing frustrates me more when I watch a team playing against Aaron Rodgers and they're running around frantically, having to burn timeouts and picking up 12 men on the field. You know he's going to do that shit. Be prepared. Same thing with Tom Brady. Be prepared for the following items. If it's 3rd and 1, Brady's going to hurry his ass up, get everybody to the line, and quarterback sneak it. Be prepared. He's been making a living off of that shit for over 15 years. Be prepared. All right? At some point, he's going to hurry your ass up. It might even come on the very first possession. Be prepared for that shit. Don't let him quick up the tempo and speed things up, and your ass is all kinds of flabbergasted. Guys running around pointing out of position, and oh hell, there goes Chris Hogan for a 57-yard touchdown because guys didn't know where the hell they were supposed to be. Be prepared. At some point, they're going to come out in 11 personnel. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. And then Brady's going to see what you're doing. He's going to bark out, Omaha, Alabama, poker. And those guys are going to shift out, and it's going to be an empty set. You're going to have everyone split out, and he's going to have an empty set. Don't be confused, befuddled by that. He's going to change plays at the line of scrimmage. You may not have the best personnel necessary to deal and combat with what he's doing. Deal with it. Be prepared. Be prepared. You know it's coming. Be prepared. Get immediate and or direct pressure on Tom Brady. Look, that off the edge shit that comes 3 seconds, 3.5, 4 seconds, that doesn't faze Tom Brady. You know what he'll do? He'll step his ass up in the pocket. He's one of the best in the business at doing that. You think you can just go have Vic Beasley win with a speed rush up the field and try to dip around? Brady will just step up. Tackle will just push him around. Brady will step up, throw the football. In order to get to Tom Brady and make him make mistakes, and it doesn't happen often, but in order to do so, you need immediate and or direct pressure, which means you can have one or the other. It doesn't have to be both. It's great if it's both, but you need to have one or the other. And what I mean by this, and the Falcons have done a great job of getting immediate and direct pressure this playoffs. Against Seattle, Brooks Reed was phenomenal in that game, running twists and stunts. Look, that shit's not going to work this game. I'm going to tell you right now, the Patriots are prepared for that. And let's face it, the Seahawks offensive line, train wreck all season long. So little simple twist and stunts work against bad offensive lines. That's not what you're getting here. So those types of things probably won't benefit you in this game. But what the Texans did do was they ran some twist and stunts. They were effective. Guys got immediate pressure on Brady, hit him. And even if it was after he got rid of the football, they still hit him and made their presence felt anyway. It's going to take that kind of effort for you to get the pressure necessary to make Brady make mistakes, miss some open guys, be errant with the football, and give you some opportunities to make some plays. It's also going to take what you've been doing in this playoffs thus far, which is very well-timed blitzes, okay? Aaron Rodgers getting drilled off the corner by a blitzing corner. Brian Poole smashing him, coming with blitzes where they don't see it until it's too late, and getting hit and paying the price. Whether it's Rashid Hegman crawling to Aaron Rodgers' legs and barely getting a piece of him and sacking him, or it's Brian Poole coming off the edge and being physical and hitting Aaron Rodgers, it's going to take those types of pressures, those types of nuisances, those types of harassments in this game to get Brady to make a mistake, miss a throw that he normally hits. You're going to need direct or immediate pressure. If Vic Beasley can win right off the snap, great. Brady won't be able to step up. But if he can't win initially, Brady's just going to step up and create a new pocket and drill the football to one of his receivers. Capitalize on every and any mistake in this game. Brady doesn't make many, okay? But Deion Lewis will fumble the football. He will put the church's money on the carpet. You can reach in the cookie jar, yum, yum, eat 'em up, yum, yum, eat 'em up, and get a cookie from Deion Lewis. Force the issue. This Falcons defense has been so physical. Let's get physical, physical. So physical this postseason. I've been so impressed with the physicality and the level of which they've played with this entire postseason. You're going to need to be physical in this game. You're going to need to force the issue. You're going to need to hit some guys. Maybe you pick up a 15-yard penalty along the way. It may be worth it to set the tone in the game. I remember a few Super Bowls ago, Demaryius Thomas came across the middle on a drag route. Just a simple little shallow cross. And who did he find standing in his way with a hellacious shot waiting on his ass? Cam Chancellor. Lit his ass up, and to me, that set the tone for that football game. The Broncos simply were soft in that game, and they were never the same. And the Seattle Seahawks ran roughshod right over them on their way to a 43-8 victory. Be physical with this Patriots football team. Hit them hard, early, and often. And if you get an opportunity, take full advantage. Look, Brady's not going to throw many to you. If he makes a mistake, make him pay for that mistake. If Deion Lewis is being suspect with the football, poke it free, scoop it up. Can't have opportunities there in front of you and you fail to take advantage. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression in the Super Bowl. Either you make a play or you don't. The Patriots were one Asante Samuel pick from being a perfect 18-0 and the greatest team in NFL history. He dropped that football, they lose that game, and they're just another 17-1 football team that nobody remembers. You get one opportunity in the Super Bowl. Make it count. They make a mistake, you make them pay for that mistake. Defensive coordinator Richard Smith, keep dialing them up. That's the next one. The Falcons have been blitzing beautifully all postseason long. Guys have been coming off of edges, up the middle. They've been wreaking havoc. They've been making two quarterbacks that love to get outside the pocket weren't able to get outside the pocket in Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers because of blitzes and guys staying at home and keeping contained. You're not going to have to worry about that in this game. You know what address Tom Brady resides at. You know where to find him. You know when you will find him there. So all you have to do is knock on the door, and if they open it up and let you in, you go and get you some. It's really simple. If you're Richard Smith, don't be afraid to open up a can of whoop ass on Tom Brady. Look, I'm not telling you to send the house after him often because Brady is cerebral. He will find out what you're doing, and he will pick your ass apart. But if you do what you've done this postseason, which is do a great job of disguising blitzes to the very last second and then sending a guy out of the vision of the quarterback, you can force the issue and maybe get Brady to cough one up. He is soft with the football in his hands, especially when he doesn't know it's coming. If you can get to Brady, you can force the issue in this game. If you're Richard Smith, don't be like the Steelers last week. And that's the Steelers' MO. That's what they do. They drop 8 and they rush 3. Look, Brady will pick that apart. You give him enough time, he will find an open receiver. Don't be scared. Scared money don't make money. You know the rules to the game, then play. Every now and again, you're going to have to risk it. Come after Brady, but make sure you do it discreetly or else. And finally, for this Falcons defense, hold your water and limit the big plays. So what do I mean by hold your water? I basically just talked about it. If you're going to come after Tom Brady, you can't tell him what you're doing before you do it. I mean, it's really simple. If Brady gives you a hard count and a cadence, hut, and you show him that you're coming, he's just going to change the play. And if you don't counteract that by getting out of that blitz and getting into something safe, your ass is grass, okay? Don't show Brady what you're doing. Don't tip your hand. You must hold your water. You must disguise until the very last moment what it is you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's a blitz or you're coming down with an extra defender buzzing underneath the hook zone or into the flats. It looks like cover 2 pre-snap, but it's really cover 3, and that safety is buzzing over to the middle of the field and the other safety is coming down and being nosy. Gotta make sure you disguise these things well. Because if Brady gets any inkling, just the smallest little tell that you're doing something, he's going to eat your ass alive. Trust me, I've seen him do it for the last 16 years plus. So you got to make sure you hold your water and also limit the big plays. Last week was a farce, okay? The WCB isn't supposed to be running free on guys like that. Okay, WBC shouldn't be wide open. Chris Hogan shouldn't be 40 yards down the field with no one 7 yards within him catching the football. Julian Edelman shouldn't be catching a screen on the first play of the game and running for 70 yards, 60 yards. Limit the big plays. If Brady wants to be cerebral and put together a 15-play drive where he throws it 13 times, so be it. Tip your cap to him and say, you got us. But don't let them have a 2-play, 73-yard drive capped off by a 62-yard touchdown. Don't let that happen. Make them earn everything that they get in this game. Limit. They're not even a big play offense. Let's be real here. Don't give them the satisfaction of quick striking you. Make them earn everything they get. Nothing cheap, nothing deep. Everything stays in front of you. And like I said, if you play the percentages and the odds, if a team goes on a 15-play drive, you got to think they're going to get a holding penalty. They're going to have some kind of procedure penalty. Something's going to go wrong. A ball's going to get batted. The guy's going to drop a pass. They're going to have an incomplete on 2nd and 7, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. You're going to have a shot to get off the field. Don't give up the big plays that allow them to get in the scoring range in an instant. Because Brady's going to make you pay. You give him a 56-yard gain down to the 7-yard line, they're probably getting 7 off that drive. Don't let it be you. Not in this game. And so those are the keys to victory for both teams on their respective sides of the football. Patriots offense, to recap, keep Brady clean. He's most effective when he's clean. Who isn't? Convert on 3rd downs. Control the pace of this game. Control the clock. Keep that red-hot Falcons offense on the sidelines by converting on 3rd downs and looking to score points. Don't forget about the run. Look, we know Brady can win this game by himself if he needs to, but don't make him have to. Don't forget about the run. You can run on this Falcons defense. So run on the Falcons defense and don't forget about the run. Isolate Dion Lewis and win against linebackers one-on-one. You're going to need to do that. I think third down efficiency is going to be huge in this game. The Falcons have done a really good job in this postseason of getting off the field on third downs, but they haven't met an offense like this. They're going to have to deal with Edelman. They're going to have to deal with Dion Lewis. Win those one-on-one matchups with the linebackers and see if you can't extend drives by winning some one-on-one matchups with Dion Lewis coming out of the backfield. Whether you split him out wide or he comes out of the backfield and runs a choice route or an arrow route, whatever the case may be, win one-on-one matchups with the linebackers with Dion Lewis. Win the game of show and tell. Force the Falcons to show their hand. If they're coming with a blitz, identify and pick it apart. Make them tell you what the coverage is pre-snap so that you know exactly what's coming. Brady's a master at that. If you're the Falcons, you're going to have to make sure you guard against that. But Brady, get to the line of scrimmage early and make them show and identify what they're doing and win the game of show and tell. And finally, protect the rock. No mistakes, no turnovers, no short fields for this explosive Falcons offense. They don't need any help. They're good enough as it is. Don't turn it over and score touchdowns when you get opportunities. Look, you got to get down there and you got to score. The Falcons are scoring 30-plus a game. Did it in the regular season, have done it in the postseason. They're extremely explosive, dangerous, and they can score 37. They will score 37 if you make mistakes. Make sure you score touchdowns in this football game. Falcons defense, recapping. Win up front. Don't allow the Patriots to be two-dimensional in this game. Don't allow them to have a two-way go of it. Make Brady beat you. And I know that sounds crazy, but that might be your best way to win this game. Don't allow LeGarrette Blount to beat you with that blunt object of running the football down your throat and allowing them to control and dictate pace and time of possession in this game. Be prepared. I know it sounds simple, but be prepared. 3rd and 1, Brady's going to quick snap you, get to the line of scrimmage and quarterback sneak. At some point, he's going to change the tempo, may even come early in the game, may come on the first possession. He's going to try to catch you napping, get to the line of scrimmage quickly, change the tempo up, be prepared for it. They're going to come out in one formation. Brady's going to switch the play. They're going to get into something else that you weren't prepared for. Be prepared for all of these things. They are coming. Get immediate or direct pressure. It's simple. Find a way to scheme up pressures, whether it's using twists and stunts, blitzing. You got to win one-on-one matchups, but you need to get immediate and or direct pressure on Brady. He hates pressure right in his face. That's what direct pressure is. He can sidestep or step up in the pocket of the guy that's coming off the edge if it's not immediate. But that guy that gets free, that comes right in his face, Brady isn't elusive. He'll go down. Trust me. Direct or immediate pressure will be the key to getting Brady off his spot and making mistakes. Capitalize on every and any mistake if you're the Falcons defensively. Look, you're not going to get many from Brady. It's just a fact of the matter. You're not going to get many. All right? But when you do, if you do, take full advantage of those opportunities. Richard Smith, keep dialing them up, bruh. You got to come after Brady. You can't sit back in soft zone coverage and expect Brady to make a mistake. Unless you're the Denver Broncos of 2015, you can't rush 3 and get to Brady and drop 8. It's not happening. Steelers tried it last week. It failed miserably. Come after him in select situations and see if you can't heat Brady's ass up. And finally, hold your water and limit big plays. Look, Brady's going to try to get you to tell what you're doing before the snap. He's going to try to get some pre-snap reads off your defense. You're going to have to disguise things well. If you tell Brady and tip your hand and show him what you're doing, he's going to pick your defense apart. And also, you can't give up the big plays. You can't have it happen. You're going to have to make the Patriots work for everything that they get in this game. You can limit big plays. You can keep everything in front of you. You can win this football game on the defensive side of the ball, which is not something the Falcons have been able to say often this season. So that's my breakdown of those two respective sides of the football for each of those teams. I'll be back tomorrow with the inverse of what we talked about tonight. Falcons O versus the Patriots D. Should be a lot of fun. Wall-to-wall Super Bowl coverage. You're going to see this face breaking this epic matchup down all week long. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on the Louie Tee Network. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. Even though this isn't live, we're still changing the damn game. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.